If you've recently become a widow, one of your concerns may be whether you can actually inherit your spouse's basic state pension. In today's show, I'll be shedding some light on some of the misconceptions around this and the very few situations where you'll be able to inherit something. There's lots of changes going on here in the UK with regards to pension payments, particularly the state ones. We won't know the final outcome until the autumn statement. In the meantime, I want to help debunk some of the misconceptions around whether you can claim or inherit or not. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bybreen Samuels. You're here at the Smart Years, a place where baby boomers can reinvent, thrive, and live well into their third act of life. So, one of the misconceptions and the assumptions that are made is that you have an automatic right to inherit your spouse's pension. That's the basic state pension. Now, this applies, people think, they're married or they're in a civil partnership. They feel that, yes, you automatically have this right. You don't. You actually have to apply here in the UK to the Department of Work and Pension. There's also another view whereby there's a universal rule that applies as soon as somebody dies, whether you are married, husband and wife situation, same sex relationship in terms of a civil partnership, or whether you are unmarried and you were in a relationship, that you equally have automatic rights. That is not the case. The third assumption is around the surviving spouse who decides to remarry. There's the assumption that if you remarry, then you still have full rights to your previous spouse's basic state pension. That equally is not the case. Now, in terms of whether you can access the pension or not, you really want to be thinking about things in terms of pre 2016 and post 2016, particularly April the 6th, 2016. Now, if your spouse was of pensionable age and was claiming their basic state pension prior to 2016, then yes, you will have right to inherit a part of that as long as you are claiming your state pension. If your spouse died prior to 2016 but would have been of pensionable age and would have started claiming their pension after 2016, then yes, you are in a position where you can reclaim a part of that. You can inherit a part of it. Now, the rules around all of this are really complex. And as I said earlier, that they are shifting, hence why the importance of you seeking advice from your financial advisor, but also this pension service. After 2016, there was a standardization in terms of the pension. So there was this new state pension. And so, if you became a widow or you were in this civil partnership and your partner passed on, then yes, you have the right to inherit a portion of it. And the portion would be called a protected payment. And the protected payment really arises whereby your spouse or civil partner had a basic state pension, and then there was an additional pension on top of that, a state pension on top of that. Then on their passing, you may be able to access and inherit that. On remarrying, if you remarry before you hit state pension age and claim your own state pension, then you won't be allowed to inherit your previous spouse's basic state pension. Bit of a mouthful, lots of moving parts, hence why it's important that you keep following up with the advice from the people I've suggested before. In order to claim it, you must reach out to the Department of Work and Pension here in the UK. I don't know, you're going to have a similar statutory body in your own country. And it's important to do this because on the passing of your spouse or partner, it doesn't automatically kick in. And you have to initiate it because there could be a situation where there's been an underpayment in terms of national insurance contributions. And so, whatever assumption that you had made or an expectation that you had, that might actually not be the case. So, follow up with your statutory department. But I really wanted to bring this information to you, given that there's a lot of uncertainty around state pensions, but there's also uncertainty around pensions per se right across the world. The reason being is because we're all living longer. So there's a longevity. On the one hand, it's great we're living longer, but it's a great headache for governments around the world because none of them have successfully worked out what they're going to do with this pension situation. So follow up pension advice service here in the UK or with your own financial advisor. If you're also interested in this mythology around baby boomers in particular, passing on great amounts of wealth to their Gen X, millennial, or Gen Z children or grandchildren, then check out this video up here. And the thumbnail says no money. Go check that out. I will see you again soon on the next show. Take care. Bye bye.